Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Brother Isaac here, bringing the latest in oil and gas. Today on March 24th, 2021. We've got some interesting stories here today. The rig counts for you as well. The latest oil prices and also some jobs coming up. So stay tuned. Let's roll that beautiful intro. Let's see where we're sitting today here with the Baker Hughes rig count. US rig count is at 411 rigs. That's up 9 from last week. Canada's sitting at 92. That's down 24 from last week. And international is at 701 rigs, and that's up 24. Alaska's at 3 rigs. California 7, and Colorado is 8. Currently no rigs drilling in Kansas based off the Baker Hughes rig count. Louisiana's 47, New Mexico 67, North Dakota 13, 16 with Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania has 18 rigs drilling. Texas is at 202, West Virginia is at 12, and Wyoming's at 5. Jumping on over to the oil prices. West Texas Intermediate crude's at 60.72. That's down 0.75%. Brent's sitting at 64.41, and that's up 5.95%. WCS 46.56, down 7.82. And natural gas at 2.49, and that's down 1.03%. So here we have offshore drilling market poised for growth, Rystad Energy says. Norwegian Energy Intelligence Group, Rystad Energy, expects to increase in offshore wells drilled this year and the next one compared to 2020, when the number was hit by low oil prices and the pandemic. Now, with oil and gas demand recovering, supported by vaccinations and OPEC plus supply cuts, Rystad expects offshore drilling activity to increase year on year by about 10% in both 2021 and 2022. This will bring the number of offshore wells drilled to nearly 2,500 this year, from less than 2,300 in 2020. And we forecast this corresponding number for 2022 will surpass 2,700, Rystad said. In contrast to previous years, when the North American shale sector led production growth, we expect the offshore and offshore shelf in the Middle East and the deepwater market in South America to be the main drivers of growth moving forward. To recover production levels, operators will have to launch new drilling plans in tandem with maintenance enhancement programs for existing wells, opening significant opportunities for well service suppliers in the years ahead, says a research analyst at Rystad Energy. On the well intervention side, West Africa and Middle East could provide a strong market in the coming years with a total of around 10,000 active offshore wells on the oil fields, with an average well age of 16 and 21 years, respectively. In comparison, most regions have an average well age of between 10 and 15 years, Rystad said. So it looks like they have some increased drilling activity planned, which is always a good thing to see. Jumping over to our next story here. I don't know if you've seen this one, but oil rose more than 4% on Wednesday after a ship ran aground in the Suez Canal, and worries that the incident could tie up crude shipments gave prices a boost after a slide over the last week. A giant container ship has been blocked in the Suez Canal for more than a day, but has been partially refloated with traffic along the fastest shipping route from Europe to Asia expected to resume soon, port agent GAC said on Wednesday. We did find this video here. We'll show you this. It's pretty interesting what happened. Believed to be strong winds that caused the ship to turn sideways in the canal, but definitely holding up shipping, as mentioned here in the story. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Suez Canal is, I didn't know either. I had to look it up on Google here. But you can see here between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea, we zoom in here, the Suez Canal runs all the way along through here. So definitely plugging things up, definitely slowing things up, as you can see. Next news story we have, 14 U.S. states sue Biden administration over oil and gas leasing pause. 14 U.S. states, including Louisiana and Wyoming, filed suit on Wednesday against President Joe Biden's administration to challenge his pause on new oil and gas leasing on federal lands and waters. A coalition of 13 states filed one lawsuit in federal court in Louisiana, while Wyoming filed its own lawsuit in a federal court in that state. The states joining Louisiana's suit include Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Georgia, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia. Biden, a Democrat, in January signed an executive order putting on new hold leasing on federal lands pending a policy review. The U.S. Interior Department, which oversees the federal and gas program, is set to launch a review of the federal oil and gas leasing program on Thursday, a key step that will determine whether the administration will permanently halt new leases. The department declined to comment on the litigation. In other news, Canadian oil patch braces for more deals after record start in 2021. Mergers and acquisitions in Canada's oil and gas sector had a record start to the year in 2021 as companies took advantage of improved oil price expectations amid the pandemic recovery, and many industry participants expect the trend to continue. So in the story here, it mentions some big mergers. Oilfield services provider Secure Energy Service proposed $478 million merger with Trevita Corporation this month took year-to-date Canadian energy sector deals to a record $18 billion, according to the data from Dealogic. Canadian energy sector deals make up 16.2% of the global volumes of $111.4 billion from the start of the year on March 18th, the highest amount since the 2002. While the U.S. year-to-date activity totaled $26.1 billion, it was below the record of $83.6 billion in 2017. Also mentions here another deal, merger. Whitecap executed 2 deals in the second half of 2020 using stock to buy rivals NAL Resources and Torque Oil and Gas, which allowed it to reduce its debt. That's the latest news for today. Let's jump over to some potential jobs for you guys here. Reached out to us on Instagram, said they do have a bunch of positions needing fulfillment. The link will be in the description below. So check our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates as well. Citadel is also looking for floor hands in Odessa, Texas. Very nice rigs here. Good folks that run that company, know them personally. This here has been our first update show. Any comments, suggestions, things like that, we'll definitely hear you out. But appreciate you tuning in and look forward to the next. Stay safe out there. This is Brother Isaac signing out.